Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Cammy and Karen Go Keto. Welcome back. If you're watching us, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. And today we are going to talk about extremes, I guess avoiding extremes. This was Cammy's idea, so we'll have to see what she wants to explore on it. And what I was thinking about this morning was thinking about always and never mindsets. Like if you have that mindset, you're not probably going to meet the goals that you're shooting for because if you think something along the lines of, "Oh, I always do this. Like I always fall off my plan and end up ordering a diet drink at my favorite fast food restaurant or the fast food restaurant I go to all the time." Um, that thinking is not going to get me to where I want to be. Or if I think, well, here, that thinking is never going to get me where I want to be. Because never is another thing. If you don't, if your mindset is this is never going to happen, or sometimes when you get down about something that's going on in your life and you say this always happens to me, those are times when you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and look at your life and realize, no, always is a lot of moments. And just ordering a diet drink in a fast food drive-through is just happens on occasion, right? So it doesn't always happen.
Right.
Anyway, that's where I'm at. Tell me what you think.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that, it's a distortion of reality, right? Like you think, God, that always happens to me. And then when you really look back and you really think about it, it doesn't always happen. Maybe it mostly happens, but probably the reality is it sometimes happens. But so I just encourage you, and you always do this with me, Karen, to be careful with your words. Use your words wisely because when you say always, that's supposed to mean always, and it very rarely really is always. So try to tighten up our words, try to, mean what we say and say what we mean. And, I think that can help us go a long way. And I'm right there with you. I do the same thing, but I'm getting a little better at realizing, like earlier today when we were talking about my binges and how I have like 3 different stages to my binge. And the first is certain foods, and then it comes fast food or junk food, and then the end is just pure sugar candy. And how the last time I was off my plan and went on a binge, I only did part one. And, I could say, well, I always do this or I always do that, but I didn't. So, if you have an open mind about the words that you're using and you're using them more succinctly and more appropriately, then there's room in there for change, right?
Exactly. And freedom and um like just some relief, right? That you are not bound by constraints of always and never.
Right. And another example comes to me is the other day when I restarted my day when it was like 4 in the afternoon. And I said, okay, I'm going to restart my day instead of just saying, well, the day is completely wiped out. It turned out that it could have been completely wiped out because I was at a restaurant where I could have eaten a lot more off plan food and it was happy hour. So it was cheap. Or I could have, reframed my day and restarted my day, which is what I chose to do, and still ate a lot of delicious food. But if I was in that all or none, mindset, it would have just like fed itself out for the rest of the days, for the rest of the evening, so to speak.
Yeah. So what about never? What about never? Like this is never going to happen. I'm never going to make my goals. I'm never going to lose the weight that I want to lose. I'm never going to have the good health that I want. What do you think about never?
I think about it the same way. I think about, well, I'm never going to live forever. I mean, there's some nevers that are for sure, right? Death and taxes or whatever. But
Mhm.
I still think about it the same way. I think you have to have an open mind because never you have to be careful with. And if you're using that word, just try to think about, hey, is this really a never thing? I mean,
Sorry.
like I kind of hope that I never go on as big as my biggest binge has ever been, but I don't know. I don't think I will, but you know, hope and faith are a whole different set of words.
All right, so there we are today for never. What about extremes? You want to talk about extremes or you want to take that to the next video?
Oh, I wanted to talk about how the extremes can be, pretty much what I already talked about carrying something out all the way to the end and not stopping in the middle. Or the other thing is trying to stay in my road and stay focused and just not be so extreme off one way or so extreme off the other way. But the thing that I am working on in my life right now in terms of extremes is taking cold showers when I get out of the jacuzzi, because I'm learning how that dynorphins and those good stress hormones that I was talking to somebody about earlier today can be good for you. So that's something I am working on in the extreme.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversation out in YouTube and the internet of the cold plunge, and that's the same thing, a cold shower afterwards. Let us know how that goes.
Okay, I will. I'm working on my breathing through it because I'm not breathing so good so far.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll
Take
see you at the next
care.
video.
Subscribe and
Bye.
comment. Thank you.